first, this girl easily healed the boy, and now she uses the tailed beast's ball. How is she connected to the divine tree?
Jura is the embodiment of the 10 tails, as well as the possessor of the 6 paths. Enjoy watching. We wondered for a long time who Jura was. We thought he, like Hidari and the others, inherited someone's chakra and appearance, but it turns out that he is the embodiment of the 10 tails itself. If you read the manga carefully, you remember this form of one of the Jubi's fragments, which Code created. He's the only one who gained consciousness before full evolution, calling Kawaki and Otsutsuki before attacking him. Moreover, he somewhat resembles Jura, especially with that strange cap. After the attack on Kawaki, his final evolution occurred. This can only mean one thing. This beast managed to absorb part of Kawaki's chakra, allowing the 10 tails to fully gain consciousness. And now we have a hint as to where Hashirama's wood element comes from. But how is this connected? Look, Jura has the 6-path symbol on his back and chest. This symbol is also on the cube through which the tree people are created and transported. In other words, the 10 tails possesses the power of the 6 paths, which also means senjutsu, essentially sage mode, or natural energy. What does the 10 tails do? It absorbs natural energy until it creates the divine fruit. If you look at this from another angle, we didn't understand where Hashirama's wood element came from and whether it was related to his sage mode. Every mode shown in the anime Naruto has limits. You can't absorb natural energy indefinitely. Otherwise, a person either turns into a statue, as happened with the Toad Sage mode, or something else occurs. Essentially, even the 10 tails can't simply absorb all the natural energy from Earth, as it has some kind of limit. But it can overcome this limit by absorbing an Otsutsuki. In other words, the Jubi uses sage mode, which allows it to absorb natural energy. In the anime Naruto, we were told that the 10 tails itself is made of natural energy. This tells us two things. First, the Jubi might just be a person who absorbed natural energy and turned into a beast, similar to Jugo's clan, who absorbed natural energy, turned into beasts, and lost their minds. Or second, the 10 tails has its own dimension, like the toads and other summoning creatures. We know that animals can teach sage mode, snakes and toads. But who else? Who taught Hashirama? Monkeys or the tailed beasts? If you recall, even Kurama restored his chakra by accumulating natural energy. This means that all Biju and the 10 tails itself consist of natural energy, and the symbol on the back of Jura, Rikudo, and Naruto is the symbol of using natural energy. Does this mean the Otsutsuki either turn themselves into 10 tails by uncontrollably absorbing energy, or they summon the Jubi from another world and enslave them for their purposes? And the evolution of the 10 tails is dangerous because they can all evolve and destroy the Otsutsuki. Think about it. All 10 tails have an instinctive urge to devour members of the Otsutsuki clan. How strongly must they view them as enemies for their instinct to be to devour all the Otsutsuki? I've made many videos about how the 10 tails are created. There was speculation that when the Otsutsuki reach their divine form and their soul leaves their body, it can turn into the Jubi. There was also speculation that the 10 tails could be created from the White Zetsu, as they have all the abilities demonstrated by the Jubi fragments in the anime Boruto that Code created. Also, the White Zetsu are capable of merging with each other, creating a more hybrid form. They also bite people and transform into trees. I don't think Kaguya wanted to fight the Otsutsuki with White Zetsu, as they're too weak. Perhaps she wanted to create the 10 tails from the Zetsu for her children, so they could travel to another planet and become full Otsutsuki by having one of them eat the divine fruit. Only then could Hagoromo and Hamura help Kaguya in the battle against their clanmates. I don't think the White Zetsu were the force she was creating to fight. This theory, I think, is still relevant. But now, with the sage symbol on Jura's back, there's a new theory that the tailed beasts might have their own dimension, just like the toads do. Essentially, Jura is now doing the same thing Hagoromo did. He's dividing himself. It seems we will see 9 parts. If we look at the sage's symbol, we see 9 tomoi, and Jura has 9 metallic marks. There are currently 5 tree people, including Jura himself, and if we reference the marks, we're expecting 4 more. But why is Jura doing this? It's obvious that he's using the same power as Hagoromo. But does this mean that all the tailed beasts in the anime Naruto have a thorned soul? Jura is now one of the strongest. If we delve into his abilities, he resembles more of a Jinchuriki who uses the power of a tailed beast than an ordinary 10 tails. So far, we've only seen him use the wood element, tailed beast balls, and Code's technique, which belongs to all tree people. Plus, he has full control over the divine tree, which in essence, he himself is. Jura creates thorned souls and then embodies them into a new form, a hybrid of a human and a tailed beast. And because of this, I found my answer as to how Hashirama inherited the wood element. We know that the power of a tailed beast can be used on a genetic level. The brothers Ginkaku and Kinkaku ate the flesh of the fox and were able to use its chakra. The brothers were descendants of Hagoromo, meaning their genes mutated because they originally belonged to Kaguya. Himawari, according to Kurama, Hashirama, also received a small part of his chakra because her father is Naruto and her mother is Hinata, who is directly connected to Hamura, Kaguya's son. This means that the power of a tailed beast can be genetically passed on to a person through mutations. The Senju clan are direct descendants of Hagoromo, and Kaguya gave birth to her children after she ate the divine chakra fruit, and we saw that she even merged with the Ten Tails. When she ate the fruit, she evolved, and we've already seen that the Jubi doesn't just create power from nothing, it uses natural energy and its own chakra. After creating the fruit, the tree withers, as we saw in the scene of Naruto and Sasuke against Momo, and when Kinshiki and Momoshiki first appeared. Around them were withered trees, which are essentially Ten Tails, which again reminds us that there are many Jubi. They are either created or summoned. But back to Hashirama. His power is simply the Ten Tails gene, which is capable of using natural energy, and Hashirama's mode could be nothing more than his own ability. He wasn't taught this mode by any of the animals. If you look closely at the marks around Hashirama's eyes and the marks on the Ten Tails, you can see similarities between them, and the circle on his forehead looks like an incomplete six-path symbol, which is on Jura's back, Hagoromo's, and others. That's why Hashirama is so important, because essentially his genes are the genes of the Ten Tails. And if you remember the episodes of Boruto, we were shown that even an artificial tree was created from Hashirama's genes. The fact that Jura possesses the power of the six paths is not just a coincidence. It's something bigger that allows us to hope not only for the revelation of the Ten Tails, but also for the unfolding events with Kaguya. After all, she's the only one from her clan that the Ten Tails obeyed. I hope you enjoy this video, as I wanted to share my thoughts with you. While I usually release animations on this channel, this time I decided to share a talk-based video about Jura. I hope you will support me. I'm curious about what you think of all this. I'll be waiting for you in the comments. Good luck to everyone.